Hopes of a COVID normal Christmas have been dashed in New South Wales with only minor tweaks made to restrictions. The Northern Beaches cluster has grown by 7 cases, with the peninsula being split into 2 lockdown zones.
Christmas has been culled in Sydney. Big family gatherings are banned as a cautious Premier tries to keep the Northern Beaches cluster under control.
What we're advocating over the next few days is very modest. We have done reasonably well in getting the numbers down to what they are.
The Northern Beaches is being split into 2 lockdown zones at the Narrabeen Bridge. In the North Zone, the lockdown has been extended to the 27th of December. But for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, households can have 5 visitors as long as they're also from the North Zone. Households in the South Zone can have 10 visitors with no cap on children under 12. They can come from anywhere in the state except the North Zone.
Now, if other people come in from the region or from other parts of Greater Sydney, but you yourself can't leave, we don't want people from the Northern Beaches mingling in other parts of Sydney at this stage, but you can welcome people in.
For Greater Sydney, the Central Coast, Wollongong and the Nepean Blue Mountains, children under 12 are also not included in the 10-person cap.
We're trying to take everything into consideration, but the risks are still there. If you're a vulnerable person, if you have a comorbidity, if you're over 70 years of age, you should think twice about going into the Northern Beaches area.
The Premier says people can travel to regions as long as they haven't been to the Northern Beaches since December 10, and she wants people checking in on those isolated from family and friends.
For the people of the northern part of the Northern Beaches, you cannot, unfortunately, move outside of your community, outside of that boundary. You cannot accept anybody from outside that boundary into your boundary, but you can accept 5 people from within that community. So if you know you have a neighbour who's all their relatives live outside of that area, please consider being a good neighbour and perhaps spending that time with them.
Just 8 new cases were detected in the past 24 hours from 42,000 tests. 7 are linked to the Avalon cluster. The other is the partner of a health transport worker who transferred an infectious family to hotel quarantine. Originally, experts believed they were infected while working, but genomic sequencing testing has revealed the strain is actually linked to the Northern Beaches cluster. Experts are now trying to figure out how it got from Avalon to the couple in Western Sydney.
They have a role in patient transport, and that's why we were talking yesterday about the fact that there was this possibility that the person was infected because we know they had transported on the 14th of December. What this shows is, like all things in COVID, it's important to keep it shown is, despite that sort of strong face value history, that was not how they acquired their infection. How they acquired their infection is yet to be determined.
From January 1, all venues must use the Service New South Wales app for their customer QR code check-ins. The new measure ensures contact tracers have access to correct details and client information. Charlotte Mortlock, Sky News Sydney.